Themba Zwane is great, but Thulani Serero was greater.
Okay, when you look at domestically and what both guys did or have done for their respective teams, I think Themba Zwane nudges it in that aspect. But you look at the fact that Thulani went to Ajax Amsterdam. He wasn't just a squad player. He was. He had a place in the starting berth, you know. He went to the new camp, played against probably the greatest Barcelona side that we've ever seen, and had a good game, you know. Not many memories when it comes to memorable games when it comes to the national team. Zwane has had a few of late where he's like in a way carried the national team, but when you look at it as a whole, I think Thulani was. I'm even struggling to say that he was the better of the two, eh? Yeah, so I think Cream nudges it, man.
Serero is very high up there with the best player we've seen in the league, and we only saw him for 2 years, and he was 20, by the way. He won the player of the season, and yeah, at 20 years, he was terrorizing everyone in the league. I think what is gonna maybe make me say Themba Zwane is greater than Thulani Serero is firstly because obviously we don't see as much of Thulani Serero and haven't seen a lot of him because he was just playing in a more competitive environment, with all due respect to the South African league. But I do think that, you know, the Holland Eredivisie is a higher standard, and he's competing in that environment, and sort of that deprived us from seeing him week in, week out, and that might have stunted his development as well. Yeah, I think because Themba Zwane has just played in South Africa and has dominated this league, it's just gonna give him that nudge. But I want to put it out there. I do think that something in me wants to say Thulani Serero was greater because of just the sheer quality and talent that he was. But Themba Zwane has done better in his career.
I don't want to seem like I'm dissing Shishi. Serero played at the highest level. The Dutch league and the PSL, man.
Yeah.
Water and oil.
Yeah.
And he played in the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah.
And you compare our Champions League and theirs, but he played he shared the field with Iniesta in a competitive game.
Yeah, and scored.
You see, so he might not have won the same accolades as Mshishi, you know, because Mshishi plays for the best team in South Africa, you know. Yeah, but I think. Cream.
So what are you judging your greatness on?
He was able to go to Europe and he played for a huge team in Europe. He didn't go and play in some random team that we can't even pronounce. He played for Ajax Amsterdam, the team in Holland. So, and he had a starting berth in that team, you know. So hence I'm basing it on that, you know.
Actually, I might have to change my mind. So I might change my mind because, correct me if I'm wrong, Themba Zwane has only won one player of the season. Thulani Serero won one player of the season as well.
As well, yeah.
What about longevity, guys? Longevity.
There's a lot of bad players that have been.
Please name one.
Very durable.
Please name one.
No. You don't want to get me killed. But to be fair, you know, he has not. Maybe it's because there's a whole trophies thing, which I really it grates on me when people want to say the better player is the one that has won trophies. I'm just one person who's not about that. But I do think individual accolades, if we go off of that, Themba Zwane won his player of the season much recently. I think it was 2019-20 season. Thulani Serero 2010, if I'm not mistaken, and he was 20 years old. And yeah, God knows if he'd stayed in South Africa for the next 5-10 years.
What if Mshishi was a slow developer? What if
fair?
Even Mshishi was the Mshishi that we know now, or the past 4 or 5 years? What if he was there when he was 20?
Mshishi was here when he was 20.
He was here, but he was not this Mshishi that we know now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So what does it say about him then? Because Thulani achieved this at a very young age. whereas he didn't achieve that at a very young age.
Can I throw in something into this conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, what we've seen people like Dele Alli, who, you go off international football, who at 20 was amazing, and at 26 is
finished. Yeah.
So maybe there could be an argument for the fact that what if Serero would have burnt out at 24?
Yeah.
He was just like an early bloomer.